Ready? Oh my god. What's up guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about a huge dilemma that I personally have, and I thought it might be perfect to kind of put that out on the table, quite literally, and have that discussion with you guys. Maybe some of you guys are going through the same exact dilemma. Do you get the iMac 24-inch or do you get the MacBook Pro 13-inch, both with the M1 chip? First and foremost, let's unbox this thing. Oh, this box is heavy. Yeah! This is so freaking light. It's incredible. This is what I'm most excited about. Power cable. Here's the trackpad. Okay, so one of the biggest questions I've always asked is, do I want to go with like an all-in-one, stationary solution like this, or do I stick with the portable solution that I've kind of been using for the past 3 to 4 years of my life? Now, it's crazy to me to think that, traditionally we've had computers like this where the performance on this is quite a bit better than if you got something like a laptop because of the thermals and just chipsets and stuff like that. But it's crazy that with Apple's new tech, with the M1 chip and everything, you're getting the pretty much the exact same performance, exact same everything from this to this. All it comes down to now is, what is your work style? What's your lifestyle? What kind of device do you need? Now, I've traditionally gone with this package here, which I've mentioned earlier, and I've usually just docked it to like a monitor solution, and that has pretty much been docked there for 80% of my usage. So it got me thinking, I mean, if most of my use case is that, can't I just switch fully to this and, just kind of keep my work here rather than take it back home? So that's what we're gonna get into right now. Okay, firstly, let's talk about the iMac. Like, I just unboxed it, and I gotta say, this thing looks really nice. I'm so glad I stuck with this. This looks absolutely beautiful. It looks stunning. Like, all the color matched accessories look really nice. It's like this really nice light gold color on the back and all the accessories, and then you have that really nice pastel color at the front. Also, dude, this thing is so thin. Like, it is so light. Like, legit, I think I could travel with this if I needed to. Like, there's no issues. I don't see why not. Like, even the case comes with that handle, so I could literally just put it in there and take it with me. If you want to reference, that thing is pretty much as thin as my iPhone. Like, it's thinner than my Apple Watch. I think for the regular consumer that's gonna put this in like a family room, living room, kitchen, I think this looks amazing, and I think it will serve them really well. To me, this is like a fashion piece, all right? This is like an aesthetic accent piece for your room or your living room, and it just kind of looks nice just sitting there, whether it's from the back or the front. I think it's dope. Let's talk about these two differences. So firstly, what does the iMac have going for it? Like I mentioned, it is like an all-in-one perfect value piece, coming in at about $14.99 for the base model. You're getting like a keyboard, a mouse, the screen with the computer, and everything just built in. It's just plug and play. You take it out of the box, you put it down, and you can start using it. And it's a nice big screen, as opposed to if you were to just get this for plug and play. Sure, you can just open it up and start using it, but it's a much smaller screen. Now, if you're looking for a computer that multiple people in the family can use, I would definitely urge you to get this one rather than a laptop, because this is just so much easier for more people to use. Now that the keyboard has Touch ID as well, you can have multiple people in the family have different accounts. One thing that I didn't like too much is this is not height adjustable. Like, I can't move this up or down. So sometimes if you want it a little bit higher, you're gonna have to get some sort of accessory to prop it up, or put like a bunch of books underneath or something like that. But it can tilt, but the tilt angle, I mean, upward, you can tilt up quite a bit, as you can see, but for it to go down, there's not too much room. So this is a little bit limited, I would say, as opposed to, like, for example, like a laptop screen. You can, like, obviously you can tilt a lot more and adjust it whichever way you want. Performance wise, there's no real difference. The thermals and everything like that, they might be slight differences, which might give this a slight edge just because of the chassis that it's sitting in, but it is so minute, you're not going to notice any difference. So in terms of performance, they're both excellent. So I wouldn't choose this just to get, more performance than the MacBook Pro. It just comes down to lifestyle. Now, in terms of webcam, this is one area where the iMac does have an upper hand compared to the MacBook Pro, because you have a 1080p camera versus a 720p like a ring doorbell camera on this guy. Hey guys, this is what the camera and the microphone on the M1 iMac sounds like and looks like. This is coming straight from the M1 iMac. Hey guys, this is what the camera and the microphone on the M1 MacBook Pro looks and sounds like. Now you can just compare those two. In terms of the speakers, this one has a downward firing set of speakers versus this one has an upward firing set of speakers. Now for the iMac, as long as you're right in front of it, you're gonna get that same nice like immersive experience. But the moment you kind of step away from it, the sound starts to get a little bit, it deteriorates a little bit because they're downward firing speakers. So it's hitting the table and it's kind of bouncing up, and you're not gonna get that same experience. Versus with a MacBook Pro, you have like upward firing speakers, so it's kind of just coming right towards your ears. So the speakers on this are really good. Doesn't matter where you use it or how you use it. Now, when it comes to the MacBook Pro, if you are the only person that's going to be using this computer, then I think the MacBook Pro is a great solution, or even the MacBook Air, because it's just a lot more personal, and you can kind of just take it with you wherever you want to go. You can take it with you outdoors. You can take it with you to a coffee shop and work. So that functionality is irreplaceable. Like, you get a lot more options, and when you do need a bigger screen, you can always dock this to like a solution like how I have it. Keep in mind, if you are going to be mostly using it in a solution like that where you're docking it, it's gonna get quite expensive, because you gotta get the laptop, then you gotta get like an external keyboard, then you gotta get an external mouse, external monitor. So basically you gotta get a bunch of stuff to put together and make that situation work. As opposed to with this, for $14.99, you just have everything in one box, one piece, and you can just start using it. I will mention this, having used this plugged into my monitor for several years, it's not the most ideal use case scenario. There have been a lot of times and a lot of situations where it gets kind of annoying. Like, do you guys see that again? Another issue. I just like unplugged, and look at that. The screen's like all flickery. Even if I try to close it, open it, same issue. You see that screen flickering? It's the resolution is all messed up basically. If I want to fix this now, I have to restart the computer. Anytime I kind of slightly nudge it, the computer goes black, like I gotta reconnect the whole thing, and the MacBook ends up restarting itself, and then I get this error like, oh, your MacBook restarted. So it's a little bit annoying. So there are a few quirks with having that sort of setup, which is why I was really hoping I could switch to something like this where I don't have to worry about all of that. And that can have a cumulative impact, because there's gonna be so many times where you just wanna come and start working, just throw like your footage on here or an edit or do something, and then the moment you come sit down, you're gonna have some issue or something like that. And with this one, no issues, because it's all housed in one package, the screen, everything. So you just come, sit down, active, like press a button, and you're off to the races. Also, if your use case is primarily like at a desk for like 80 to 90% of your time, this screen size is just not enough. Like the 13-inch MacBook Pro is just not enough screen real estate. I struggle using this sometimes. So you have to, if you're gonna be using it at a desk, kind of get a monitor. So I think in terms of versatility, this is probably the way to go. But if you need something that kind of just works and most of your time is spent at a desk, I think this is an excellent option. Also, if you're gonna be using it in a setting where multiple family members are using your computer, this just makes a lot more sense. So I would still push you towards this direction. In any case, I hope this video was beneficial and helpful to you guys. I think for me, what I'm gonna try doing is I'm gonna be using this as my main computer and then have like an iPad or something like that for my on the go. So let's see how that works. I will report back to you guys in the next video at some point. So make sure you guys are sub to the channel to see my experience with this. I hope I helped you guys in this decision and help figure things out. If you like this video, then please go ahead and give it a like. Like content on tech, gadgets, and lifestyle, and make sure you guys go ahead and smash that subscribe button. And as usual, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care, stay blessed, peace.